Sometimes it feels like talking to my child when they're upset actually makes it worse.
Emotional states affect our thinking and our doing skills. Because these skills can be affected when your child is upset, it can be difficult for them to access normal strategies to problem solve. First, be a detective. What are the things that seem to help your child when they are feeling upset? Do they need time to be alone? Or do they need to run around outside or find a distraction? Second, be a detective to figure out those things that seem to make it worse. Talking can be one of those things. When our emotions are charged, the emotion center of our brain has been hijacked or overtaken, and our language systems don't work as well. That's why it's important to find a moment of calm to talk to your child about those strategies that help them to feel calmer, and then together make a plan for how you will encourage them to use that strategy when they're upset. Is it a hand signal or a short phrase, a quick note that encourages them to use that strategy? In a calm moment, let them in on what you've observed. I notice that when you're upset, it helps you to have a couple minutes of time by yourself to help feel better. Together, then you can create that signal or that drawing to help remind them of when to use that strategy.
It feels like it takes my child forever to get over being upset.
I encourage you to check out the Managing Intense Feelings video for more information on how you can support your child when they're upset. When something upsetting happens, we start to move up that escalation curve or the escalation chain. If we use a strategy and are able to get back to calm, we can move slowly back down that chain. If we become increasingly upset or another upsetting event occurs, we move farther up the chain. When a child reaches crisis or is very escalated, all of those thinking and doing skills are more difficult. At this point, no learning or processing is happening. We are just trying to manage the storm and come back to calm. Returning to calm can take time. This can take time for your child to be ready to process, sometimes minutes, hours, or even days.
I tried so hard to explain to my kid what's going on. I was just trying to help my child.
One great way to check in and see if your child is ready to problem solve or process is to write them a note. I like to start with something positive, like, I love that you are sitting calmly in your bed. And then you can pose a question. Do you want to talk about what happened? Have them circle yes or no. This will be your quick indication if they're ready to process and move on or not. If they circle no, or worse yet, they rip up the paper, then you have your answer. And you can quietly say, looks like you need more time to get calm. I'll be back. You can have your whole conversation in writing. Writing is a beautiful way of engaging after you've had a difficult moment. Writing gives you a moment to compose what you want to say, and it gives your child a moment to get calm and become less emotional as they read and respond to your message. These messages don't have to be wordy or require a lengthy response. Use stick figures, create a comic, or pose multiple choice questions. You can be silly. The idea is that you are using writing and visuals as a way of processing, checking in, and supporting their efforts to become calm.
I feel like I always have to nag or yell at my child to get them to do things.
The key to success with this one is to again write it down. When you find yourself saying something for the millionth time, and it's only when you raise your voice that they respond, we've inadvertently taught our children that they can ignore us until we yell. Instead, put the power on the paper. Let's take a routine, for example, maybe a morning routine. You might ask, why do I need to write down something that we do every day? Mornings can be chaotic, and while they feel routine, they are never actually quite the same. It can be hard to hold on to all of those steps with so many distractions that occur. So once it's in writing, your only reminder is check your checklist. Then you absolve yourself of being the nag. And when the routine is new or the steps are not yet independent, write it all down, from making your bed to brushing your teeth to getting your socks and shoes. Encourage your child to check off each step. What is more satisfying and organizing than checking off a completed item? And for our non-readers, you can use picture cues or steps in the exact same way.